Buzz here has advanced past his anger issues that he had over a poor fitting saddle. That has been a non-issue for a little while. And what I have been working on, he has carried his body so poorly for so long. Because of that, I'm basically asking him to carry his body way different than has been used to. Been carrying it for probably years. And it's taken time to kind of rebuild those muscles, and he has a lot of body there. He has a lot of muscles to rebuild, and it's been a lot of walking, trotting, loping, and I just keep asking his body to get back where it's supposed to be. It's almost like physical therapy, where he's learning how to use his body all over again because it's so different to him. It's kind of pushing on my hands a little bit of the leg. Step my hands. There we go. Get him off my hands. I've been working on getting him to move out a lot freer. Extend his stride. Now, as I'm loping around, I'm using a pretty good bit of leg to help him keep his back round, help him steer his body around. And I want his forehead to come pretty close to vertical. Doesn't have to come all the way, but as the forehead gets vertical, that helps him to lift his shoulders. Right now he's kind of leaning on the left shoulder, so it's left rein, left leg. As his forehead comes closer to vertical, and he brings his chin in closer to his chest, that helps to lift his shoulders around his back. And that, along with my legs, asking him to go forward, is engaging his back. His owner wants to show him in ranch riding, and I definitely could see him becoming a very nice ranch riding horse. A little bit of left rein there. Some right rein, right leg. That right shoulder got out and kind of poked out. Now his left shoulder went down. See how he just kind of, he'll slouch one way, then he'll kind of slouch the other way. And every time I feel him slouch, I'm just picking up that body part and putting it back where it needs to be. We'll come down the long side and I'll ask him to extend the lope a little bit. I'll ride a little faster, use a little bit of leg, and see if I can keep, back to lope. We'll make a circle and we'll do it again. When he stumbled, he was leaning on my left hand, looked at that horse, dropped that left shoulder. Very, very common for horses that stumble. I see many horses that people spend hundreds of dollars with a vet trying to figure out why they're stumbling, when it's all actually how they're carrying themselves. All right, let's ask for a little faster. And we'll slow back down. Try to slow down without dropping the left shoulder. Good boy. Right rein, right leg. Right shoulder fell out. This saddle has really wide stirrups on it. Kind of locks my feet in and I can't use them like I'm used to. This is Raven's saddle, but it fits him very good. All right, let's come down the walk. And we're going to go the other direction a little bit. It got to where in the left lead, that right shoulder was falling out, and I was increasingly having a harder time to get it back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap leads. working the right lead, and it's going to be a little easier for him to hold it up. Nope, we're not going to the camera. Be a little easier for him to hold up the right shoulder, and probably after a couple minutes the left shoulder will start to fall out. That's okay. That's all part of building those muscles. Right there, I kind of took my right hand, drew it to me and up. A little bit of right leg. Bringing that nose in. Remember a minute ago, his right shoulder was falling out. Well, to help get it back in, I'm going to bring his chin kind of to that right point of the point of his right shoulder. That lifts that right shoulder back up. I have my low port grazing bit on him. Could I do this with a stifle? I could, but it takes a whole lot more work on my part. So every bit has a thing that it helps the horse do. It's like a different tool in the toolbox to help the horse position himself correctly. And I'm going to use the tool that does the best at helping that. If you have issues with your horse not carrying himself correctly, kind of falling one direction or the other, leaning, maybe not steering good, speeding up maybe, send me an email, ride, slide, all one word, at hotmail.com, and we'll talk. There we go. I'm using pretty consistent right spur. Nope. That right stirrup's pinching me. Let's do this again. Starting to feel like work, and he's getting a little bit mad about it. As he gets better fit, that's going to continue to get better. All right, now let's trot. Round up. Nope. Trot. Round up. See, I'm pulling on that right rein. There we go. No, we're not going to lope. Get collected. Right rein, right leg. There we go. That'll get soft. That transition down, he has to use his body to keep the back end engaged and keep the shoulders up. That's one of the harder transitions to do correctly. Right rein again. Really wanting to fall on that. There we go. Really wanting to fall on that shoulder. Remember, I say whatever hand you feel the horse pull on, you're going to use that leg and that hand. So he keeps pulling on my right hand. So I'm lifting my right rein. There we go. Using my right leg. Lifting that right shoulder. Let's walk a little bit. See, his nose wanted to go out when he did that downward transition. We're bridling back up. Show him, nope, this is where you're supposed to be. And we're going to walk a little bit. Let's go back to a trot, and then we'll do another trot to walk transition. See how he collected up, brought his nose in pretty far. That's because I was sending him forward with my legs and my seat, lifting his back. And when I did that, he rounded, but he didn't transition. Then I used my voice for the transition. If you're going to use voice for transition, it needs to be in that order. Get their body right, and then use voice cue. I've talked about I don't like to use voice cues in the beginning for teaching the horse to transition. Round back up. Because I want them to get their body correct and transition off my seat. And he did that off my seat, my legs. He rounded off my seat, but he didn't transition off my seat. So I used the voice to get him to go forward to transition back up. Let's do that again and let's see what happens. Get him round, use my legs, round. Oh, he's pulling on my left hand a little bit. Now let's trot. That still needs to be better, but it's a whole lot better than it was. At this point, it's just a matter of repetition and building muscle. Now let's walk. It's his nose go out as soon as he started to transition down. I held my hands, used my legs to bring him back collected, back round before I released my hands. So many people, they transition from a trot to a walk, or a walk to a stop, and they immediately release their hands when the horse does the transition. But the transition has to be correct. Then you can release. You don't release until everything is correct. When it's correct, then you can reward. Bridle up. Just pulling on both hands just a little bit. I'll come around so you can see a little bit better. We'll talk about when I release. So remember, the horse doesn't get the release because he collected up or because he put the body in a certain place. He needs to find that release. And I'm kind of in between with him. He's finding the release. He knows where he needs to put his body, but because he hasn't built the muscle, he doesn't hold it very long. So right there, left hand, left leg. When I say left hand, sometimes it's just a matter of just kind of squeezing my pinky and ring finger. Sometimes I'm pulling harder. Depends on how hard he's pulling on me. I'm using my spurs, my legs, to keep him going forward, to keep him round. That got nice right there. And then I'll release. He got nice off just rounding him with my legs. Nose came in, he didn't pull on my hands. Then I can release and reward. Just because you pull and the horse gives does not mean that the horse should immediately get a release. When you're first teaching the horse how to give, yeah, you release so that they learn the concept. They give, they get the release. But it has to build from that. If you have a horse that's probably less than 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks under saddle and you're still releasing immediately, you're actually teaching the horse to give him the reins so he can do what he wants with his head. You're not teaching your horse to find the release, to find where to put his body. So this is Buzz to give you a little update on where he's at. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Until next time, thank you for watching.